Good morning. Okay, so I wanted to make another video. I'm gonna try to do videos probably every other day, or at least 2 or 3 times a week now. My kids are going back to school. Today was the first day back to school, so now I'm able to really get back to work and do what I need to do. So I posted a photo on my Instagram. It was an approval for one of my clients, or my young lady I was working with her credit repair. She's starting her business and she was needing help for funding. So I posted her approval for her Capital One card. It was $500, which is a good start for someone who doesn't have any business credit and who's rebuilding her credit. So everyone wanted to know how she was approved, whether it was for personal or business. So it was for business, but she used herself as a personal guarantee, meaning she used her social security number to personally guarantee the funds. She didn't want to wait to build business credit. She didn't have the time. She was in a rush. She really wanted to get her inventory in and start, you know, trying to get her website up and going and go ahead and launch. So she just decided to add her social security number. She started at like a 506, so I was able to get her up to a 550 so that she was able to be approved. But Capital One, you can get approved with a credit score of 640, I believe. But one thing I will say, and I did warn her with this as well, Capital One and American Express does report to your personal credit report if you use yourself as a personal guarantee. Well, I'll take that back. Whether you use yourself as a personal guarantee or not, it's going to show up on your personal credit report. There is one bank that I recommend, BB&T. They'll start you off with about $7,500. They do not report to your personal credit report, but they do check Equifax business credit and Equifax personal credit. They will not report to your personal credit unless you go into collections and you're just drastically behind on your payments. You just decide you don't want to pay no more, they're going to report. And that's with any card, especially if you use yourself as a personal guarantee. So what I did was repair the credit, like I said, and was able to get her that card. Now she does not want to continuously have that card on her personal credit. I assured her and I let her know this worked for me, and I don't know if Capital One still does this, but later on down the line, when you show good payment history on your credit card, they will remove you as a personal guarantee and it will just report strictly on your business credit. That happened to me. Again, I don't know if Capital One still does that. I never did it with American Express, so I don't know if American Express does it or not, but I know for a fact Capital One did it for me, and that was a while ago. So again, she got started off with $500, and Capital One is really good with increasing limit, but she has to be sure that she maintains a good payment history. Now, her next step will be the American Express. She really wants American Express. She can shoot for the American Express, but I suggest to go to BB&T because she's trying to buy a house soon. So you don't want all that debt-to-income ratio on your credit report. Because, of course, once you start using your credit cards to fund your business, you're going to max your cards out. So having multiple cards on your personal credit report will not look good when it comes to debt-to-income ratio when buying a house, unless you just go ahead and pay the full balance off before you apply for your mortgage. So I do suggest going through BB&T. Again, they do still report, will check personal and business credit report, but they won't report to business credit unless you are delinquent. Now, I have 6 credit cards for each of my LLCs. So I have 6 LLCs and I have 6 credit cards for each one because I credit card stack, and that's how I'm able to buy my inventory. I use a credit card to buy inventory. I use a credit card for marketing. I use a credit card for supplies. I use a credit card for business trips, leisure, because of course you can all write them off at the end of the year. So when I do my seminars in the beginning of the year, I use that to secure the meeting spaces. So don't stop at just one LLC. You can create multiple LLCs and build business credit for all LLCs, and I recommend doing so. You want to get the gist and the hang of building business credit on one LLC first before you move on to the next though. So don't do it all at once. Kind of learn and understand what you're doing with your first LLC, and then gradually add LLCs on. Because I have a crap load of credit cards. I don't use them all, but if something was to happen, God forbid, and I needed them, I have them. But if you do not want to use yourself as a personal guarantee, I do suggest have a little patience with building business credit, because it does take a while. When I first started building business credit, it took me about a good 9 months to a year to fully build it before I got my cash credit cards. And that starts with vendor accounts, your tier 1 accounts, tier 2, and then your cash credit cards, which is tier 3. But if you want to get your credit repair, I do credit repair. It's $175, and you are responsible for your monthly postage costs. Because when I tell people the credit repair is $300, they're like, oh, it's too much. But it's not too much, because postage is expensive. I send all my letters off certified, return receipt, depending on what the letter is. Certified costs around about $4 to $6. Certified return receipt costs up to $8. So I have to send 3 letters off per month for the next 3 to 4 months. So you all can pay for your postage, so you can see how much the monthly postage cost is, and you can just cash at me the money, and I can use the money to pay for your postage. But the credit repair will just be $175, and you will be able to pay for your monthly postage. Now, you do not have to do certified return receipt. You can just do certified, and it's like $3 to $6. It shouldn't be no more than $6. I don't even think it's $6. Probably no more than $5. Depending on how thick the letter is, because I send quite a few letters off at one time, so it does go by weight. Thinking about credit card stacking, you want to look at your credit report first to be sure what's on there, because Capital One is the easiest credit card to obtain, but they're really picky about what's on your personal credit report. So you can't have too many delinquent accounts. You can't have a lot of inquiries. You can't have too many collections. I think their max is maybe like 1 or 2 collections. You can't have a lot of collections. Even if you have a 640 credit score and you have all of these things that they do not want, a lot of inquiries, collections, you're still not going to be approved. You're going to have to get that stuff off before you're able to get approved with Capital One. And they usually only start you like with $500. I've seen the most they get approved for is about $2,000. When I started, I got approved for $5,500 because I had really good credit when I used myself as a personal guarantee. Now, when I started off and I didn't use myself as a personal guarantee and I just built business credit from scratch, I think I didn't get started off only with maybe like I think it was like $1,000. But again, you can use yourself as a personal guarantee. I suggest, especially if you're in a rush, go ahead and use yourself as a personal guarantee. Don't put it in your mind thinking that you're just going to use these people's credit card and not pay it back, because it will affect your personal credit. But if you have good payment history, use yourself as a personal guarantee. Don't get too many. Go ahead and get what you want, such as your house, cars, or whatever it is you're trying to purchase first. And then go ahead and just credit card stack and fund your business. It's a lot easier that way, and it's cheaper than just getting a traditional business loan or funding capital, because those interest fees are high. Funding capital is not literally interest, but they have a set amount to where you get charged. So say if you want to get capital of $1,000 or $4,000, they're going to charge you about $2,000 on that $4,000. So you'll end up paying $6,000 back for a borrowed $4,000, and they take out daily payments until you've established until you've established a relationship with them. So credit card stacking is the best way to go if you're just starting out. I do suggest it, but I would start small. And once you get your credit cards that you have to go ahead and fund your business, don't continue to start other businesses. Allow that business to pay for your next business. Don't get more credit cards to fund another business and more credit cards to fund another business. After you get your credit cards to fund this one business, you allow this business to pay for your next business, and so forth. So you don't want to get yourself too far in debt to where you just overwhelmed and got all these credit card debts everywhere. That's not a good idea. I've done it and I regret it. And I've recently just got out my hole and I'm thankful, but don't do that. Allow one business to pay for the next. If you are interested in credit repair, just let me know. It is listed on the website at validcentral.com. Once you sign up, you'll automatically get an email with a Word document basically letting you know everything I just told you, and followed by email within 24 hours reiterating what I need. And then that'll be the email that you're going to maintain that thread on and respond with the correspondence that you receive from the credit bureaus. So if y'all have any questions, please feel free to comment. I'll try to answer questions every week. Like I said, my kids are going back to school, so now I can be able to work how I need to. So if you need anything, just let me know. And if you're interested in credit card stacking and learning more about it, let me know if you have any questions about it, okay? So thank you so much. I will see y'all in probably 2 days. Probably 2 days. All right, bye.